This is the plaintiff, Shanice Hawkins. She says she put down a deposit on an apartment, was ready to move in. Then the defendant abruptly changed her mind and rented the place to someone else. Now she refuses to return her $500, which is so not right. She's here suing her for the money today. This is the defendant, Gladys Hoffman. She says it was the plaintiff who changed her mind about taking the place. And she's not running some sort of charity for people who change their minds at the drop of a hat. She's sorry. But she's not returning the $500 because this woman cost her money. She's accused of being a tough landlord.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff put a deposit down in an apartment, rented to somebody else, and is still keeping her deposit. But the defendant says the plaintiff changed her mind, so tough. It's the case of no deposit and don't return.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Ms. Hawkins, you are here on behalf of yourself and Mr. Flemings, correct?
That is correct.
Suing Ms. Hoffman for $500 of a security deposit that you had placed. You had placed actually $1,000, and she only returned $500. Tell me what happened.
On the evening of October 21st, I had contacted Gladys to go ahead and see an apartment that she was renting. We liked the place, so we left $1,000 cash deposit. She wanted us to bring more information the next day, so that I did. I brought my pay stubs and everything. She then told me that a couple, a few couples had came and seen the place also and liked it. So they were willing to give her $500 to move in that day until November 1st, and also
because you were renting it from November 1st.
Yes, that's
so. What did she ask you for?
She asked me for $250.
She wanted an additional $250 to hold it.
Yes, to move in that day, the following Monday.
Or else what? She'd rent it to the other people?
That, basically.
Okay. And what did you say when she said that to you?
At first I agreed, and then I went home and I talked it over with my fiance, and then we decided that November 1st was better for me because I had just...
You'd already paid rent in October.
Exactly.
So do you call her back and tell her that?
I did. I called her back the next morning, and she said that she's going to teach me the law, and I could only get $500 back out of what I
Was the
had given
topic
her.
ever discussed to just go ahead and move in, but she'd rent it to you and not the other people because you'd already put a deposit on it and she can't rent it to other people? Like, in other words, did she tell you, all right, never mind, just rent it from the first?
No.
No.
She did not.
She wanted the other $250?
Yes.
All right. What happened here?
So actually, she came to 21st. She came with her boyfriend. I showed the apartment. They love it. So he asked me what are the requirements. So I said, 1 month security and 1 month rent. But from that moment, if they make a deposit, I cannot rent it. I cannot show it anymore. So that was theirs.
Did you call them and tell them, I have people willing to rent it from now? And did you ever discuss an additional $250?
Yes.
Okay.
She came Monday and she brought these papers, the stuff.
Okay.
From the,
so why are you telling her that if you can't rent it to those other people? Why are you trying to get another $250?
So if the landlord accepted the deposit, is the landlord allowed to then say, you know, we haven't really made a firm deal. I need more money from you or else I'm giving it to somebody else?
Definitely not. It's shady business, and she should have kept the original deal.
What do you say?
I agree. Hold up your end of the bargain.
Okay. Anybody think the landlord can do that? Nobody?
Is it in writing?
No. Let's say it's not.
Is it, well...
Oral contracts are legal going inside the courtroom.
It was 10 days, the 21st to the 31st. So I said it's 10 days. So what about if I take off 5 days and you pay only 5 days, which is fair?
Yeah, but why are you doing that? She already has the apartment. Right? Isn't that what you're saying? You
No,
don't get
in
the
other
money
words-
back because you already have the apartment. I can't show it to anybody else. Then you're showing it to somebody else, or you're still negotiating with somebody else, and you're trying to make her pay more for an apartment she already has.
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
They pay $1,000.
Yes, I know.
She
And then
came
you
with
call
the-
them back and tell them.
No, I didn't call her back. She came with these papers. And then I told her. And then she went outside and made the phone call to the boyfriend.
Right.
Then she came
Stop a
inside.
second. Stop a second.
Okay.
If your premise is the $1,000 prevented me from being able to rent it to someone else, so therefore you don't get it back because that's a non-refundable deposit. That's your premise, right?
Right.
And you're right. That's the law. Now what I'm going to ask you is, then why did you tell her you need to give me another $250 because I have other people interested? That sounds like extortion. Since she already has the apartment on the first, she doesn't have to give you another penny. So why are you telling her that?
That was
it's
because-
you who changed the deal. She had a deal for $1,000, and then you're telling her, give me another $250 or I'm renting it to other people.
No, Your Honor, I thought that from the moment that she came in and left the deposit of $1,000, and they asked me what was the requirements, and I told them 1 month security, 1 month then, separate meter for the electricity.
What does that have to do with what I'm asking?
So this way you can understand what I...
No, I don't care about that. I'm
Okay.
asking you a specific question.
Okay, the
Did
specific question-
Did you, after accepting $1,000 as a deposit,
Right.
did you tell them you need to give me another $250?
The next day when she came, because
Yes.
I
Did
told
you
that
tell
they-
them the next
that
day?
They understood.
I
So
know
she-
you guys want to rent it from November 1st, but I've got people who want to rent it from October. So I'll
Right.
tell you what, if you give me another $250, I won't deal with those people. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that. If you already have taken a deposit from them,
Right.
you have already have an oral agreement with them that they will come in on the date that they said, which was November 1st. And you can't tell them, hey, I've got other people, give me another $250, because you got to pay rent in 2 places, in your old place and in my place, because I'm changing. You can do that. Let me
Okay.
rephrase it. You can do that, but then she can back out. Because you have now changed the game. You have breached the contract, not her. You admit that you tell her after taking her $1,000, which means the deal is done, right? That's why it's non-refundable. You tell her, hey, I've got other people, and if you don't give me another $250, I want another $250. And she says, I guess she says, well, at first I said yes, and then I thought about it, and I said, forget it. All right. So
Yeah, but
why isn't your act of asking for another $250 you changing the deal?
No, Your Honor, was from the 21st to the 31st. Because I have other people that they were willing to move and pay those days.
I know
but
that.
she wanted to move the first.
Yes, she
but
always
then
wanted to move the
changed her
first.
mind. She
Oh,
changed
well,
her mind.
No. She always wanted to move the first. And then you're telling her, I want another $250 because I have other people. Go rent it to the other people. What happened to those other people? When she backed out, why didn't you just rent it to the other people?
I did.
Oh, well, then what are you out? If you rented it to other people and you actually got October,
Well,
you're
I-
ahead of the
no,
game.
I
Why wouldn't you
rented it-
return
I
her
rented
deposit?
until
The
December.
being able to take the deposit is not for you to make more money. It's to make you whole because there's a deficit. You rented it as of when?
I rented it as the same day that she made the deposit.
No.
So-
Look at that.
so that
so
would
you
be
have an
10
extra
days.
So wait, so I understand correctly.
10 days.
Stop a second and listen to me. So I understand correctly, you're out nothing, right? You have $500 extra dollars.
Right.
Yeah, no. Okay? No.
Okay.
All right? Because the idea behind you being able to keep it is to mitigate your damages. You have not only do you have no damages, you're the one who changed the deal. Pay the lady $500 verdict for the plaintiff. And that's the law.
So the defendant, who's a landlord, learned a little lesson about landlording from the judge today. You understand what just happened?
Yes, but from the real estate, he told me that once that they give a deposit, I cannot rent it to anybody.
That's right.
Exactly.
But you did.
So they changed their mind the next day.
No, but-
That's what I tried to tell the judge.
The judge
She
says-
changed her mind that she couldn't afford it. And that was it. So if she couldn't afford it, and also she can afford it because the what they make is not enough money.
Well, you
So
changed the deal.
she is
on
not
that.
honest. She's not an honest person to tell that the judge.
All right. Well,
Okay.
the judge heard you and
Yeah.
you lost. Okay,
Well,
you got to
it's
give
okay.
give her the deposit back
Not a-
because you
yeah.
didn't lose anything,
Right,
You
right.
lost no money.
No, I only learned that there is people honest and dishonest. That's it.
Ms. Hawkins, you're going to get your money back.
Oh, I'm glad. I knew I would, though.
You did.
I did. I didn't sign any contract, so, and she knew she was dishonest about it, so.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You must sign a few documents on your way out. Harvey, an interesting lesson in renting an apartment.
You know, under the law, Doug, there is something we call a duty to mitigate, which means minimize your damages. And here, the defendant rented it again immediately, so defendant doesn't lose any money in the deal, and therefore the defendant has to return the deposit. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.